Hi, welcome to Neppy Invest. I'm really excited right now because today I'll be doing my first video on the quarterly cash flow for October 2020. In fact, it's my very first quarterly cash flow video, and Selfwealth will always have a bit of a special place in my heart because of that. And just a little hint to all managers who might be listening, I doubt any are listening, release your Appendix 4C as soon as possible because Selfwealth is going to have all the attention because these Appendix 4Cs are just trickling in at the moment. And by the end of the month, those who release their quarterly cash flow on the last day of October is just going to get lost in all the clutter. So just a little hint, release it as early as possible. So before I get into the Appendix 4C for Selfwealth, I'm just going to show you how I find these announcements. So I'm going to go into ComSec. So I do use ComSec for information. I don't trade through ComSec anymore just because of the fees. So this is just the website. And up the top here, the ComSec got quotes and research. So click on Tools. And for some reason, I've got JB Hi-Fi here. But click on Company Announcements. Get rid of JB Hi-Fi in the search by. Just click Go, and then release all the announcements on today, Wednesday, the 7th of October. You can filter that very easily. So usually I just click on market sensitive. So I just want to filter through all the market sensitive information today. You can just see the last one release was from DevX Resources, and I have no interest in that. Did see Damstra Holdings looks like they're having an acquisition. Damstra share price did rapidly increase at midday today, or 11 a.m. Brisbane time today, because I have no doubt the whole reason behind that rise or rapid rise was some sort of service released by recommendation. But that's not the point of this video. So if I want to sort of even filter it out even more and just look at quarterly cash flow reports or the Appendix 4C, I just go to these commitments, test entity quarterly reports, and that'll release all the ones that are released today. So we had a few released today, or two. Go back to yesterday. iCollege had a clarification, I don't know what that is, and then we see Selfwealth had their quarterly 4C and activity report released, and that was the first of the year. So let's just click on this, go to today. So I have now got a Twitter account, and I did a tweet about 8Common in regards to their Appendix 4C. I'm not doing a video on them because it's not that exciting. They're just stable cash flow. But another one released today was DDB, Dynamic Drill and Blast Holdings. So I didn't know this has happened. So they've separated their Appendix 4C into two sections, quarterly cash flow and quarterly activities. You see mining companies do that. That's how the mining companies do it. So no doubt this is a mining services company just by the name. I mean, Dynamic Drill and Blast Holdings, well, that's pretty much a dead giveaway. I'm pretty sure this company IPO'd a month or 2 months ago. So it's actually exciting. I don't know anything about this company. I haven't really researched them yet. I'll wait for a little bit of time before I research an IPO. So let's have a look at their quarterly cash flow. And, well, this is exciting. So Dynamic Drill and Blast Holdings had almost $7 million in this quarter in receipts and were cash flow positive to the tune of 1.2 million. That's actually quite exciting, but it also depends how highly valued they are. I have a feeling because they are a mining service company, they're not going to be too extravagantly valued. It's not that exciting, mining services. So let's look at their quarterly activities. Yeah, just IPO'd, oversubscribed. They mentioned Rio Tinto. Share price 37 cents. Market cap 20.4 million. So yeah, they've got EBITDA 1.6, so that's $6 million if you times it by a year. That's 3 times, gee, market cap is 3 times EBITDA. That's cheap. Well, this is on September 30. I have a feeling they probably IPO'd at 20 cents and they went up a lot. That's what I'm thinking. Let's just have a look at, so they're up to 48.5, no doubt. There's been a bit of activity the last few days. I would have seen a good share price rise today, only 5.43, but looking at the chart, I have a feeling they IPO'd at maybe double. So they probably IPO'd at about 20 cents and they IPO'd at 45 to 50 just because it was oversubscribed. Share price went down and then share price is now going up. This is really exciting. I'm going to research this company a little bit more just because it's fairly new. They are cash flow positive. Looks fairly bullish the last few days. So point of this video is not to look at DDB, but that's really exciting. So I've learned something already in this video. I hope you're learning something too. So let's go back to the whole point of this video, and that is Selfwealth. Let's have a look at their Appendix 4C. So this is what they released. So this is just their operating activities. So you also have finance activities on there, but I just look at operating activities because that's where you get sort of the crux of the story. That's the most important thing, what they're doing with operations. So receipts for this quarter was 4.4 million, and they were cash flow positive in operations to the tune of 344. Some people look at then other stuff like financial cash flows from financial activities and etc. to see what the free cash flows were, but I do look at that sometimes, well, actually all the time really. And then just looking at the past, we can see really good growth and then exponential growth, well, double in cash receipts from April this year to July this year, and that's just increasing in trading throughout the whole ASX. And of course, Selfwealth saw their increasing trading and increasing in traders join their platform. And really good sign that they've, even though they haven't increased by nearly as much this quarter, they've maintained that high level. So that's really good sign there for Selfwealth. Now, in their 4C, they did list out what's happening, some other metrics, and these are some of the other metrics. So going through the trades, a lot of trades, and trading in September has actually increased. So 136,000 is most likely their highest trading month or close to it. They have only 57,816 active traders, which represents only 6% of the online traders of the total market, which is increasing from 4% the previous quarter. So they've still got a lot to penetrate, and I have no doubt Selfwealth has the opportunity to increase their penetration. I think the only reason they might find it troubling or hard to increase their penetration is if we have another platform come online which has 0 fees, which I would be very interested in. Hint, hint, everyone. 0 fees would be, that's already in America, so it's going to come here eventually. So ComSec, NabTrade, and all those other ones, instead of having or maintaining the $20 flat fee, think of the future where you could end up. Anyway, enough of a bit of a rant. The next line is very important for me. Selfwealth daily trades has gone up while the ASX daily trades have gone down. So they've sort of bucked against the trend of trading going down. They've actually going up. US equity trading, they're still heading for go live in the next quarter. And I think they've got flat fees of $9.95 and then 60 basis points for conversion into US dollars. That compares to stake, which is 0 fee and 70 basis points. So it's a little bit more expensive to convert your money for stake, but 0 fees. Selfwealth has that fees per trade. So slightly different between stake and Selfwealth, but much better than some of the other platforms, which have like $35 fees. New mobile app. I have no idea about the old mobile app. I have heard that was a bit clunky, not the best. And they've had 3.6 million options exercised, which has brought $894,000 into the kitty, which is added to the cash flow that's come in through operations. So all that means is they've now got $6.5 million in cash and no debt. So that's all for today in my first look at the first company that's released of their Appendix 4C. Hope you've learned something. I've learned something. Go DDB. Don't even know the name. Drill and Blast, something Drill and Blast. I'll have a look at that company. I'm going to do some research to see how it is. My philosophy with companies like this, where I've just discovered them and the sort of first impression is good, I usually put a small stake in. A company like Zunu, about a year ago, they were like 10 cents. They had a good cash flow report come in. and I missed it just because I was waiting it, just being too patient. So my philosophy now is to put a little bit in and just lose that patience just for a little bit and see how they go. But look, I'm not a financial advisor again, so seek out a professional advisor if you need professional advice. But that's all for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've taken a bit out of this one. Yeah, so that's good. See ya.